Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Whovians. And today we are going to discuss Doctor Who: Face the Raven. Apparently, this is Clara's last episode, and I have a bunch of great people. Again, I am Michael Sasquatch here, joining us to host this show. I am excited to be here, and I'm excited to talk some Doctor Who with my buddies here. So we're just going to go down a line, and we are going to discuss in detail of this episode here, Face the Raven. Now, I want to thank everybody for watching yesterday's 60-second quick reaction video we did yesterday, which we always have fun doing. So thanks for watching that, and we got some cool comments on that too. I want to thank you guys for that. So let's begin. Let's see who wants to talk about Face the Raven first. Let's go with Jimmy. Let's go with Jimmy today. Let's start him off with Jimmy.
Well, like I said yesterday, to me it started off dragging, but then it started to pick up. Now I happen to manage to avoid a lot of spoilers. We all knew Clara was going to die. Or we didn't know she was going to die. We knew her character was going to leave. I did not know it was going to be this episode. So that was nice, a nice surprise. Nor did I know Mayor Me was going to be in it. Again, a nice surprise, not knowing these things. And it's hard trying to avoid spoilers. You have to avoid a lot of the internet. But I managed to do it. Like I said yesterday, I like the set, where most of it took place. I like the way it looked, the design, the characters moving up and down the street. The acting was good, but I wasn't particularly moved when Clara died. I think it's you either like the character Clara or you don't like the character Clara. For me, she's been the longest running companion since the series came back in 2005, and I think she overstayed her welcome. This series, she was a companion the way I think she should have been from the beginning, a companion who just loved being on adventures. Nothing really particularly special about her. She just loved being on the adventure. Whereas before, there was always something special about her. Some of the episodes, she seemed to be the center rather than the Doctor. In this one, she was a companion the way a companion should be. But it was too little, too late for me. So that when she died, I thought, oh well, her character's gone. And then the way the series is, you know that somewhere in the future, her character may come back anyway. So her death didn't really have any emotional impact on me. The way they filmed her death, I'm not quite sure if that was she was trying to be the Doctor so much she hoped that she too could regenerate, the way she positioned her arms when she died, or if it was supposed to be some sort of crucifixion symbolism. Whatever it was, I think they did it wrong, having it 3-4 times in slow motion. The acting, however, for both Coleman and Capaldi was really terrific. It really stands out. Not just the way they delivered their lines, but their body language. When Capaldi sees the tattoo, immediately his eyes swell up. Immediately he knows what that means. The acting at the end is the reason to watch the episodes for me is to watch the brilliant acting between both of them. So overall, I would give it an 8 I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
All right, Jimmy, solid 8 out of 10. All right, great. Off to a great start here. Let's see. Alid, man, what did you think of this tale of the Raven, man?
Well, as always, the acting is brilliant. The acting from Jenna, from Maisie, from Peter Capaldi is just great. And it's really well written. I think it's really well written. I also like the flashback scene when Riggsy saw the dead woman on the ground. I thought that was really creepy. You know, she's just lying there. I just thought that was really good. I like seeing the old and new monsters. I think some of them were new, just made up to be in this episode, but you saw Jadoon and things like that, and I really like that, seeing the Cybermen, or Cyberman I should say. But the street looked great as well. I think it all looked great. Visually it all looked fantastic. It reminded me a lot of the, you know, that hidden street in Harry Potter too, you know. I'm sure everybody else is going to think that. Angry Doctor. I like the Angry Doctor. I like seeing the Doctor angry. I enjoy that. Peter Capaldi, like I say, is phenomenal. Really phenomenal. The last scene is really well done with Capaldi and Clara. I really like it. It is full of emotion. I think Clara would have been better off leaving at the end of the Christmas special last Christmas. I think having old Clara dying as somebody who's aged, because, you know, if we all live long enough, we're going to die of old age. You know, I don't want to bring the cast down or anything like that, but that's a fact of life. So to have her die as an old woman, I thought would have been so much more of an impact. I really did. But I think it was a good death anyway. But I just think it could have been better in Last Christmas. I liked the part where the Doctor warned Ashilda too, you know, where he said the universe is small when I'm angry, or something like that, something along the lines of that. But overall, Face the Raven, if I had to wrap it up into one, it's a great concept. It really is. I like this fact that there's a hidden street. I like that. But it never quite got it for me. It really didn't. I think we could have explored the street more. We could have explored it more. There was so much more dynamic there than we could see. You know, it took 10 minutes. It took over 10 minutes to even get to the street. And I kind of would have liked this to be a two-parter, to get to know the people of the street. You know, why are they there? I know they're refugees or something like that, but we could have explored it, gone deeper into it. You know, the Doctor, Maisie said, you have to convince these people, you know, to save Riggsy. But, you know, I think it would have been good if he had to convince some of his oldest enemies to save Riggsy. You know, to convince a Cyberman or a Soltaran. I just thought that would have been a really good dynamic about death and about saving people to his oldest enemies. But overall, I think I would score it a 7.
All right, solid 7. Thank you, Alex, man. All right, let's see. Let's go with Texas Tim, man. What did you think of this story?
Well, I enjoyed it very much. I think it was paced very well. I don't think it was that slow at all. They had a story to tell. I think when you know things going into it, like what's going to happen to the companion or the character, it does kind of lessen the impact. And I think that's a problem we were just discussing before we went on. I wish I had known that, because it's really meant to be kind of a twist that you don't see coming. And I think it would have been more effective had you not known. But in the world we live in, you know the actress is leaving by the end of the year. You know that this chances are from the trailer you saw last week, something bad's going to happen. So, I mean, all of those things are avoidable. And like Jimmy pointed out, he avoided the trailer and he didn't have that spoiled for him. So that's a good thing for him. But I enjoyed it very much. I think it's a very good story. I think this is the first-time writers. It's Sarah Dollard who wrote this, and she's a first-time writer for the series. It's a very inventive story. It's a good idea. It borrows from other literature and stuff, but it does it in a unique way. And I think the inevitability when you get to the last 10 minutes or so of what's going to happen is pretty hardcore, I think, for this show. And I think it's handled really well. The actors are very good, especially Capaldi and Coleman. I mean, and they say a lot with a few words. I mean, I really like the way he's about to, and she just hugs him and says, "You don't have to say anything. I already know what you're going to say." You know, that's pretty cool. The death scene was a bit much, I think, a bit over the top, but I guess that's what they do nowadays in television. They have to make it clear that you know, this is it, this is final. As far as her throwing the arms back, I think, yeah, I kind of agree with Jimmy that maybe that was just her way of her last minute way of emulating the Doctor, thinking, you know, maybe she'll regenerate or something. But I don't think so. That's kind of silly. I mean, they gave you the idea that it was a pretty hard impact when the Raven hits her. But anyway, it's a good episode. I hope this writer comes back and writes some more. I think it was a good story, a very inventive story. I don't think it was too short either. I think it was perfectly paced for how it was. I mean, they give you all the information you need. I like the idea of trap streets, because what this ends up being is a trap for the Doctor. You don't even know that to the last 10 minutes or so. And I mean, then it's all about Clara, who's you know, doomed. So it's very clever. It's a build-up for the final two as well. So we have to see where this story takes us next week and the following week. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's a very good story. I think it's a great start to the finale of what's been a pretty good series this year. I think it's been really good all around. So I'll give it a 9.
All right. Thank you, Texas Tim. Solid 9 from Texas. All right. Beef Dad, I know, is excited to let us know how he feels on the Raven episode here. So take it away, man.
I really loved it. I love the concept of the hidden streets. As I mentioned in the 60-second review yesterday, there are urban myths about hidden streets in London, some of which are actually buried, and one of which they've actually found. You know, there's all sorts of things supposedly under London. Catacombs, tunnels. At one point there was an urban myth about a tube train for dead people, and if you got on it, all the people on it dead. Yeah, performance is absolutely brilliant from Capaldi, Coleman and Maisie, as everybody has said, but nobody has said how brilliant Riggsy was. He was really superb. It was a brilliant little performance from him. It was very contained, very controlled, an absolute joy to watch. Also, the elderly woman whose husband was going to be killed by the Raven, played by, of all people, Jenny Lee, which is a name that a couple of our English and Scottish contributors will know from way back in the sort of 60s and 70s. She was on television all the time then. It's nice to see her back doing something. I quite like the idea of the Raven. Again, they've used another creature that there is a big myth built around. When the Ravens leave the Tower of London, England will fall. Yeah, the whole thing is sort of steeped in the mythology of London, and whoever's done this has sort of really researched it. It's very, very clever. As I say, very well acted. I have a funny feeling, because one of the themes that's run all the way through the series is I am the Doctor and I save people. And I have a funny feeling that possibly at the very end of this, he might find a way to save Clara, and Clara goes back to being a teacher and goes back to normal life. But that's just a theory based on this thing that's run through it week after week after week, that he is the Doctor and he saves people. For me, it gets a 9 out of 10.
All right, 9 out of 10. Thank you, Beef Dad. All right, let's go with Lady Neo. Are you with us? Would you like to tell us what you thought about this tale?
Let's see. Nice raw emotion from Clara and the Doctor at the end. I mean, it to me, okay, I don't know if you guys felt it, I don't even know, whatever, but it felt like it dragged just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Could be because I was watching a ton of commercials right through it too, but still, it was a nice episode. She was reckless. She got too reckless. It got her killed. Simple as that, but they made that nice raw emotion at the end between them. Did I cry? No. I didn't cry, but I was upset that the doctor was upset. You could see it in his eyes. You could see the red all around his eyes. He wanted to hurt the Shilda, but she told him not to do anything. Be the doctor. He said the doctor is gone. I was like, oh crap, no, he's not. But I just hope that next two episodes would be really, really good, because I'm thinking this is going to maybe be like maybe a three-parter in a sense. So overall, I would give this a 7.5 out of 10.
All right, 7.5 out of 10. Thank you, Lady Neo. All right, let's see what Mr. Funny himself thinks about this. Lee Wilson, what did you think?
Me personally, it was a mediocre episode. You're correct, it did drag at the beginning, but for me it didn't pick up. It was just dragging all the way through. There was no story for me. It didn't keep my attention. The acting, I can't fault the acting. Capaldi is brilliant. Jenna Coleman was brilliant. I totally agree with what Ali said. She should have gone in last Christmas. She should have died of old age in the doctor's arms, to be honest. But she has proved herself this season, as Jimmy said, what a companion should have been to begin with. But it just didn't do it for me. It just seemed nothing seemed to happen until the last 10 minutes. It was just dragging and dragging and dragging. And I was thinking last night as well, the weakest stories of this season for me so far have all been the ones with Maisie Williams in them. So I don't know what's going on there, but those three ones, the Maisie Williams trilogy, just haven't done it for me. So just for that, saving the day with Capaldi and Jenna's acting. Also, as Jimmy said, with her arms out and her boobs out in front. She did push her boobs out. I saw that, Mike. I can only give it a 5. I'm sorry. Only 5.
All right, man. Only 5 from Lee Wilson. You heard it here first, guys. All right, we're going to go with let's go with little BJ for right now. Let's see what he has to say about this, man.
I liked it. I thought it was a good Doctor Who episode story. Maisie Williams' character also good. I thought she was awesome as ever again within Doctor Who. The hidden street that they had within the episode before this particular story, it also kind of reminded me of Harry Potter street that they had in the films. Jenna Coleman's death for Clara wasn't really that much of an impact for me as well. I mean, mostly we all knew that she was going to leave, so it wasn't really that much of an impact for me. So, and it was a cool idea, like with the countdown of the tattoo on the neck. I would give it maybe an 8 out of 10.
All right, 8 out of 10, man. Pretty solid there, buddy. All right, Sammy Carter, man. I know this episode meant a lot to you, man. So let us know, man, what you felt on this one, man.
So I mean, Jenna Coleman kind of got me to like her pretty much from a outstanding performance. I mean, her performance was like so breathtaking. I just couldn't keep my eyes completely off the fact that how brilliant she was when she first stepped into the TARDIS, and alongside Matt Smith, she did a great job. And despite the fact she had like half a series like the very next year during the 50th anniversary, she also had time to develop, which was good for her. I mean, she even became a part of the 50th anniversary with David Tennant. I mean, what more could she ask for to work with David Tennant, like one of my favorite doctors? I mean, she must feel glad about that. And then of course, she was there when Matt Smith changed into the Doctor we're on now, Capaldi, and my goodness, I mean, Series 8 kind of developed her character in big ways, particularly when she had Danny Pink by her side. But I just feel that her performance during her time in Doctor Who was kind of amazing. It kind of amazes, and it kind of also reminds me of the fact that when I went to the celebration event 2 years ago from this day, I remember like standing in the queue waiting for like an autograph for Peter Pearce, and then I noticed Jenna Coleman was going to do her autograph signings, and I was like waving to her so madly to the point she waved back and actually looked at me straight in the eyes, and I was stunned. I was stunned from that minute, and I never looked back to that since that day. You know, since that day I got like a wave back from her. I was so amazed. What a truly amazing person this actress was. I mean, not only on screen but also off screen. You know, she had a good personality with, and the fact that, you know, she's also had the amount of time to spend with the fans whilst being on set. She was willing enough to have photos, autographs, you name it. I mean, looking at this story last night and seeing the way that Jenna Coleman performed it just amazes me how throughout her journey in Doctor Who, and it all comes down to this one particular story in a trap street in London, a hidden street in London that not even anyone in the public even found. And then it comes down to this moment where she takes the tattoo and ends up sacrificing herself to the point that even the Doctor didn't want her to go, and that just shows you something, doesn't it? Because even Capaldi has said like many times off set, you know, he's been saying like, oh, I've really been wanting to persuade Jenna Coleman to stay in Doctor Who and to still do more, but she made the decision at the end of the day. And there are characters who are common, but there are also characters who are special, and I truly feel that Jenna Coleman's character of Clara is truly a special companion in Doctor Who. You know, like we said, we'll all get through. Many of us Jenna Coleman fans will get through this. We'll hopefully like whoever steps forward, and hopefully they will step forward soon, because I'm desperate to know now where they're going to take us. But I'm giving it like I said in my solo review. I'm actually giving this like. I'm actually going to sod it. I'm saying 500 out of 10 because I love this so much.
All right, 500 out of 10. All right, thank you, Sammy. All right, well, there you go. Graham, take it away, man.
Well, what can I say about this, guys? As I briefly mentioned yesterday on the 60-second review, I love the concept. Like various guys have said, Sarah Dollard has, for her first time, it's not a bad script whatsoever. The acting, superb. I think we mentioned yesterday, maybe the only minor niggle I have is the fact that, you know, once we got to Trap Street, it was perception filters. But I'll let that one side. You know, we could have seen a few more costumes and maybe a few more aliens, but I'll let that side for basically budgetary purposes. I've not got an issue with that. You know, you've got to save money as and when you can on these productions. The first 40 minutes, you know, as our buddy Beefhead has alluded to in the last 24 hours, was basically pure setup for the final 20 odd minutes to come. It had an ends to a means. The chemistry between Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman is just, it's there for all to see. Sublime acting, and it really is an excellent send-off for her character. Assuming this sticks, it should, but you never know. So the concept of the Raven, yeah, you know, it has been borrowed for it, different types of literature, like Edgar Allan Poe or various other stories or whatnot. But you know, it's a unique twist on it. I can't complain. To echo Tim's points with regard to the direction and the death scene,
maybe a wee bit corny, but I just like to think of it as they were using that to basically execute the musical score, which was a nice piece by Murray Gold. So, that probably had an end to their means as well. So all in all, guys, I can't grumble with this. A wee bit slow to begin with. Once we got to Trap Street, got cooking on the Maisie Trail. Bye-bye, Clara. 9.5 out of 10, guys.
All right, 9.5 out of 10 from Mr. McLaughlin. Thank you, buddy. All right, we got our buddy Kevin here with us, man. What did you think of the Face of Raven?
Well, I haven't seen it for the second time, but when I was thinking about it, it's definitely a good episode. A very good farewell. It's sad that she goes, but yeah, life goes on like always.
Yeah.
You're going to do different stuff eventually. But yeah, it's sad that she goes because just like Sammy said, she really developed over the years with Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi's Doctor. Because I really saw that. Of course, there are always that stuff that we're not used to, and there are always going to complain it's Clara who, but sometimes you have to deal with it, and I really didn't bother anything from her. It was just a very good story about her character, and it ends unfortunately. But yeah, you never know with timey-wimey stuff. Everything can happen. So about the episode itself, Face the Raven. Well, it was particularly very good. The Raven himself, I didn't expect him to be Smoke. I thought that it was a raven, just a raven, not like a special, quantum. What was it? Quantum. I can.
Quantum Lock.
Quantum Lock. Yeah, it was. I didn't. It was It was very very cool to see that. To time space that it can go through time space to that lock of death on you. So a shielder or Lady Me or Mayor Me, what do you call it? Was great, but yeah, she's selfish a lot. And I liked it that it's not always like I obey the doctor, everything he says. She's like, no, I want I want something different. If you not take me, there are going to be consequences like that, And the Trap Street and I cannot pronounce it. Whiskey. I can gonna call it that. Was good, very better than in Flatline. I can tell. But yeah, it's a sad episode, of course, just like Sammy said. I really appreciate it for Jenna Coleman's of course work and everything else. And yeah, she will be missed. And 10 out of 10.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go, man. 10 out of 10 from Kevin. Thank you, buddy. All right, so I guess I'll have the last word here on this one. I thought it was a pretty decent episode. Again, this was something we kind of knew was coming up because of all the, press releases, and we have our, some of our buddies that like to, spoil things for us on Facebook sometimes. It happens. What are you going to do? You're on the internet. But the like some of you guys were saying, the premise of the idea of the episode I thought was cool. The hidden street thing, awesome. Perception filter, yeah, I wasn't cool on that. I mean, I would have liked to see some more of the creatures that dwelled in that little town there, a little hidden town. That would have been pretty cool. But as far as, let's say, Rigsby, man, I thought he was cool. Will we ever see him again? I'm sure they kind of left it open where we might bump into him again. I think he's a pretty cool character. And I liked him in Flatline, too. I thought he was a pretty cool character. So we might see him again, travel with the Doctor a bit, maybe future companion, who knows. I think he's pretty cool, though. I do like him. Other than he's a bad father because he just left his baby infant there. I thought that was pretty shitty. But, hey, whatever. What are you going to do? But other than that, pretty cool guy. As far as Clara goes, now, I guess the main part is, was her death sad? was it sad? Now you want to compare it to the few other times that she died. I mean, it gets a little old when you see the same character die in previous episodes. But I'm like with Alid, I completely agree. If they would have if they ended her in the Christmas episode the way they did, that was actually sad to me anyway. That was sad. Now still, I'm coming off my opinion. Let's just say current series, the saddest goodbye to me is still Donna Noble, even though she didn't actually die, but just that was just freaking sad. Then you got the Ponds. That's a bit of a tearjerker too. And they did, and I'll go with even with Rose leaving, it was a bit of a sad one there. Martha, Martha's cool. I love Martha. You never know when she might pop up again. I have faith in that. But as far as Clara, and I like Clara, I do. I never I never say nothing really bad on Clara. I do like her character, and I think she was a cool companion for Capaldi's doctor. I like her better with Capaldi than I did with Matt Smith. I just think their chemistry was better. I like the way they could be nasty with each other, and they had some really funny moments. But it wasn't really sad for me to see her go, because I'm one that thinks eventually down the road we're going to see her again in one form or another. You never know. I think we're going to see Jenna Coleman as another Clara or something again. I don't think this is it for her, but this is probably it for her as the going companion. I guess we've seen, and we know that she left and all, and I'm sure we'll get glimpses of her in the next 2 episodes, maybe even the Christmas special. We might get a glimpse. Like Beef Dad said, is it possible? Could the doctor fix her death? Yeah, of course. Of course it's possible, man. Who knows? Who knows? Because like we were saying before, we don't know anything, and we don't know what they're doing with this whole class spinoff, which might involve her or not. Who knows? I don't know. I really don't know. But it wasn't sad. It was cool. It was cool looking. I love the effect of the her getting hit with the Raven. Oh God, I love that. I put a couple pictures on my Facebook of that, man, which were pretty sexy in my own opinion. But great, man. Capaldi was great in this. The doctor getting angry like that. I kind of wish it kept going, because I wanted to see him just keep rolling with it. I know younger audience are watching it. You don't want the doctor to be, taking revenge and becoming like, war doctor or warrior doctor again or whatever. But that was pretty cool, man. He was just pissed off, man. He's gonna come. If let's say Mayor M there didn't fix that, man, he was gonna come back. He's gonna come back and get her and destroy them. He didn't. Man, he was pissed. I loved it, man. That's something I want to remember that whole speech he said in my head. Just that was one of my favorites thus far. One of my favorites thus far. Capaldi pulls that off. You see the doctor mad sometimes throughout the whole run, all the different ones, but man, I don't know if we ever seen him that pissed off. That pissed off. He's about to throw punches, man. He wasn't kidding around. I did love that. So again, like I said, I liked the episode. It was a cool idea. Not my favorite of the season thus far, but a lot better than last week's, in my opinion, a ton better. So I would definitely give this one a solid, I'm sticking with a 9, going, rewatching again, solid 9. Like I said, a couple things. I know, like Graham said, the budget thing and all, and that's why I guess they invented that perception filter, so you didn't have to actually see the creatures. I'm getting a little tired of seeing a Jadoon with the helmets on. I want to see their faces again, And I hope there was an adipose in there. You know what I mean, man? I wanted to see some of that, man. See what was really lurking. It was cool. We did get a couple creatures from Torchwood in there. I noticed and stuff. So it was cool, man. It was a cool episode. And Clara's last hurrah. And I think she did a great job, I'm not in love with her or anything. She's not my favorite companion by far. But I think she did a good job with Capaldi. And I'm very interested to see what he does in the next 2 episodes on his own, and eventually picks up another companion, man, down the road, because of course he will, So, yeah, man, it's awesome, man. It's a great episode. Goodbye to Clara. I thought, she was awesome. I have no hate on her, man. So that's pretty much all I have to say. So if anybody has anything else, we'll open it for
Well, it's interesting that you say that her farewell isn't as sad as the others that you mentioned. Well, none of them actually died, though. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
she
that's
was
what I
actually
mean.
killed. She was actually
Yeah.
killed on screen,
Yeah.
whereas the others got to go on with their lives in one way or another. So
And you didn't give it a rating.
Yeah. 9. I gave it a 9. Solid 9. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like when you saw Donna go, I mean, just do that whole, where she starts messing up when she's talking to the doctor.
Yeah.
And David Tennant's doctor's looking at her, and something bad's going to happen. It really gets sad, man. That was sad to me. That was broke my heart, man.
Can I just put you and Aled up on your point? You guys would have preferred that had she went at the end of Last Christmas. As Tim pointed out there, I mean, everyone so far has lived in some shape or form. Had she went the way you guys wanted in Last Christmas, she would have still lived her life. So you would have people running about bitching, oh my God, she lived her life, she didn't technically die again. Now she dies and people still are pissed. So
That's true.
you can't win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with the Amy, Ron, and Rory too. I guess they got to live their life,
they
even
got
though
to live their lives out. It would have been the same as that.
though it was almost like a death to us instantly because we just seen them, in
Yeah.
their graves, but they got to live their lives and bump into Ripper here and there. Hey, you never know. You never know with any of these characters. That's why it's a little hard to be sad sometimes. Because when they kill off a character, you never know if Doctor's going to go back and see him at a mall.
I'm sure she'll be in Big Finish at some point.
But it was effective that she left on her own terms as well, because she even, she saw how angry the Doctor was at what was going on, and that's when she realized her fate, and that she even calmed him down and said, no, I don't want you to be that guy. I want you to be the Doctor. I don't want you to be the warrior again. And a side point, I also love the way he looks like. He's so good. He looks like a little kid for a minute there, because he's like, what am I supposed to do now? And she's like, well, I wish I could help you with that, but I can't. Capaldi's such a good actor. He just looks like a lost kid.
This whole series, he's acting that great. Just like the war speech with the Zygon inversion. Man, that is just so powerful. And I like an angry Doctor.
You know what? I'll agree with you to an extent. The death scene wasn't sad, but I would say it was greatly executed.
Tragic.
Yeah. Well, it looked good. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I'm sure we'll see her pop in again.
I like the smoke coming out the mouth, the black smoke.
Yeah.
I think that's effective.
Before I watched the episode again, I watched Flatline, and throughout Flatline, she's acting like the Doctor. She calls herself the Doctor. She does things like the Doctor. In this episode, she tries to be the Doctor. She's even saying, Doctor 101, you do this. Doctor 102, you do this. And that's what eventually gets her killed. Trying to be the Doctor is what gets her killed.
So it's just like in the interviews that you said, with Peter Capaldi. Where after the episode airs, there was an extra, of course. And I saw that she was obsessed with the Doctor. She wanted to, stay with him forever. Well, you can't.
Well,
she almost forgot that she was human.
Yeah. Well, I think she also she also mentions Danny. She hints around that perhaps she had kind of death wish because she was still in depression about what happened to him or whatever. So she kind of says, maybe that's why I was being so reckless, because I didn't really care anymore. But she didn't say that.
Danny got mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, he said he was glad Danny got a mention. I'll give you. I mean, I'm glad they touched upon that in their final interaction between one another, because they could have very easily just left that hanging and just be like, oh well, there you go, the control freak got what she deserved. She rushed in and they actually touched upon it. They resolved it between each other. You had the interaction between the two, so they acknowledged it. It would have been totally easy just to totally disregard that.
Yeah.
But it's just that that performance, that spark between Capaldi and Claire, that was just, wow. the chemistry. But then I was, when I saw Clara die, I was like, oh, what is the doctor going to do next? Because he was saying things to a shield. Oh man, I loved it. Sorry, but
The doctor move on and get another companion. He always
yeah.
You
Oh,
guys
yeah, yeah.
too, though. This is to be continued. Next week,
Yeah.
you're going to see Angry Doctor, I bet, for the whole.
That's always exciting about Doctor Who. When a companion leaves, it's always the mystery of, oh, well, he's going to get another companion. What's that companion going to be like? I'm sure whoever it is, people are going to bitch.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hey, you're going to do what you're going to do, but I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know if they even...
Well, yeah, just like Clara said, don't be the warrior. And then just like that line, if you it's a small universe when I'm angry on you.
Yeah, that's a great line. Yeah, that's a great line. Yeah.
Three things always guaranteed in life, Mike.
Goosebumps, man. Oh.
Death, taxis, and Doctor Who fans bitching.
Yeah.
Especially the last
It's
one.
always exciting when we're going to get a new companion. I love it. And then, or, even more exciting when you're going to get a new doctor. And God knows.
Hey!
Don't mention that.
Oh, no, I'm just saying. No, not.
All right, then, Mike.
How dare you?
Right, hang on a minute, Mike.
Shoes to fill in there. Damn.
Hey, Mike. Okay, Mike. What makes you think we're going to get a new doctor soon? Then I'm curious.
No, don't go there. No.
I'm just saying. Being a fan of Doctor Who, that's when it's exciting when you're going to get a new doctor or a new
I
companion.
agree.
No, I'm not. I don't want Capaldi going anytime soon. No, not at all. I want him to go through a couple companions.
Until 2020.
20, whatever, man. It's just I love Capaldi, man. He is, and I'll say it again. Right next to Eccleston for the 2005 up there. He's my fave, man.
I agree. Yeah.
I am loving. I love his look. I love his face. I love everything about him, and he's a top-notch actor, man. You could tell, man. He really brings a lot to the role. He really does. I love him.
They did leave a lot of things hanging, though, for the next 2 episodes. That's something we're forgetting because of the death and all that stuff. Is that what was the trap for?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Who are her? Who are Shielder's agents or whatever?
Right. What is this? Yeah. What is this?
And it went. He didn't take the TARDIS, and it went one way because the thing fell off him as he teleported to where it went.
You've also got the confession dial.
Yeah, what do they want with that?
Yeah.
They want with that too.
And what is the shade?
That's what I mean. It's a rough one because this was pretty much Clara's last episode. So it's I guess when you look back, it's hard to think about other things that happened in the episode. But like you said, some things
Gets buried.
But you have to admit though, Mike, and I'm quite surprised none of us actually brought this up about Wrigley doing that tribute to Clara with the TARDIS and that graffiti.
At the end.
I love that graffiti. It looks
that was cool. Yeah, that was cool.
The next time I see a character called Riley, Sammy, I'll be sure to look that up.
Yeah, I'm trying to pronounce him right. I mean,
Rigsby, like Rigsby. I don't know if there's any famous
There's
Rigsby.
no D. It's Rigsy.
Rigsby.
You've got to say your G's.
Yeah.
Yeah. But either way, though, it was a very nice drawing he put on the TARDIS, and I think it's on display in London somewhere. I think because I think one of the Doctor Who fans took a picture of it. I'm not too sure where it is, but
Well, there you go. Does anybody want to take a quick stab on who you think the employers are?
Oh,
Time Lord.
well,
Missy and
Time Lords, definitely.
yeah.
And if it isn't Howard, what are you going to do?
No, it is. It is.
Yeah, because you're going with
so Alan, you're confident that it's Time Lords then?
Yeah.
Do you want to bet? Do you want to bet?
Time Lords with the sirens.
Yeah.
The Osiris.
Well,
all right.
Remember, we still got Davros out there still, and you don't know what he's going to do with that information the doctor gave him at the time Lord's still being around.
Well,
I think it's the Ogrons. They teamed up with the Kralls, and they're going to take over the universe.
I'm going to throw in the Rani.
The Centurite.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know a better one. The
What?
Candy Man.
Oh, for the
Beef that'll get excited. He loves the Candy Man.
That.
Yeah.
Well, it's,
Well-
it's like
Well, we only have 2 more episodes left of the season. Then we'll wait a couple of weeks, which is nice, and we'll get the Christmas special, so we're all excited.
Yeah.
Fun to speculate a bit on some of the cool ideas that we might have, or some cool villains or characters or companions we'd love to see again.
Hey,
But,
Mike. You
Yeah.
do know the final episode's on the 5th of December, so you really think they're going to leave us without no trailer for Christmas, right? So
I don't know. Yeah, well, it's close. It's close enough. I'm sure there'll be something, or if it's going to be some kind of weird cliffhanger like we got last year with, like, you saw Santa Claus at the end. Remember?
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
the song would
brilliant.
just turn up.
Good.
Well, in the Christmas special, their song is coming back.
Special, no matter what, we would all watch it. I think it's still horrible that they would release that River is even going to be in it. That's pretty shitty on their end, but it's cool, man. I love River, so whatever. Can't wait to see her. So on that note, I want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to thank everybody for watching us. Leave some cool comments below. Let us know what you thought about this episode, and maybe let us know what you're expecting to see in the next 2 episodes coming up, where we're going to get the Doctor, I assume, on his own, at least, a bit for maybe the next 2 episodes, and meeting up with some kind of mystery, which is always cool about Doctor Who. I love mystery. I love that everything's not spoiled. So I'm glad that we still get surprised on certain things, so that's awesome. We're able to keep quiet on certain things. Yeah, thanks for giving us thumbs up, comments, and give us a sub if you see us, man. And if you want to join in, just let us know, because even after, this season goes away in a couple weeks, we'll still be talking Doctor Who and Sarah Jane adventures and Torchwood, and we're sure going to be talking about Class, when that comes around, definitely also. So thanks everybody for watching, and keep on whoing.